Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, June the 26th. So we'll start here, of course, with the S&P. And we had another just really, we'll zoom in on the S&P here. We had another just really quiet, slowly grinding lower type day here all day long into the close, and didn't give us much indication either way. We've got, let me put my voodoo lines back up on here, show you where we are relative to those. So we've got a snow line above us at 2939, and we've got, of course, got a big round, the century number there at 2900, and a skyline 2897 right below that. So we've been chopping, around these levels. And in fact, let me go out here to a 5-day chart and show you kind of what we've done. Matter of fact, we'll do it a 10-day chart, make it a little more obvious, I guess. So we were sitting on this skyline down here. We're sitting on the skyline 2875. That was 10 days ago. And we, of course, we're in this news-driven market. It drives us nuts because we can have the best laid plans and they all blow up because we get a tweet or some news or whatever. So we've been going back and forth with the Fed and China and all of the other things now that we have, juggling up in the air. But we were in hopes, and we talked about this last week, hopes of, the Fed's going to do all this great stuff, and we rallied up and up, rallied up and rallied up, 2964 new all-time high. And then since then, we've just really kind of faded. And this, I love it when I can say "I told you so" because that's kind of what I was expecting. But it was pure, yeah, it was a pure luck on that. And the reason is, we're again, it's all news driven. And I thought once a lot of this news gets out, as far as the Fed and what they're going to say. Remember the last Fed meeting, left rates unchanged. Everybody was anticipating they were going, and I thought they would be dovish, and everybody was thinking we might get a rate cut and all that kind of stuff. We didn't, and that was right at the very tip top right there, and we started coming back down. Very reasonable to assume that would happen, and that's what happened. So, where do we go from here? And again, I'm going to focus on the S&P. It just makes sense here because that's a proxy for the overall market. So at this point, the trend has turned. We were in the sharp, basically vertical channel off this low from the last time we got Fed speak saying they're going to be accommodative and all that kind of stuff, right? So up, and now we're kind of turning. This channel is coming back down, and again, we talked about this. Is exactly the scenario playing out. Unfortunately, it's not played out yet, so we still don't know which way it's going to go. But I can tell you what I'm thinking. So today is Wednesday the 26th, and right here. So we've got 2 more days left in the month and the quarter. And typically, what happens at the end of the quarter is that you get, on the institutional side, you get portfolio rebalancing, that type thing. You get redemptions. A lot of funds, they will have month-end or quarterly redemptions, stuff like that. So there tends to be a lot of selling going on in the last couple of days, which is tomorrow and Friday. So I would not be surprised at all if we come down here into 2900. But then what happens on Monday is that we get quarterly buying starts on Monday. New money flowing in this week, and guess what? We got payrolls, we got holiday here on the 4th of July, and then we've got monthly expiration, and then we've got the actual Fed meeting here when they are likely to make a rate decision. And that's a huge thing. But before that even happens, I forgot to mention, starting Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday is G20, where Trump's going to be meeting with China, and they're going to be talking about what's going on, and they're expected to get some kind of I don't know that we get quote unquote a deal, but we get some a little advancement on a deal maybe, and of course that could, I absolutely turn this thing and send it higher and so forth. So quite a few things coming up, and so let me get back here and I'll show you. We'll do 5 days. Well, actually, let's go back to 10 days. So here's what I think. I think we go lower into 2,900 by Friday. I hope this holds because I know most of you probably I've got a butterfly sitting here at 2,900 for Friday, and I hope we don't go past that. This could be a really nice trade if it works out. So hopefully maybe tomorrow we get a little bit up and then we come back down into Friday and hit 2,900. I don't know. That would be great if I could write it exactly. But Monday I think we start making our way back up, especially if we get a deal or some good conversation or some advancement on a deal over the weekend with China. We absolutely could be a lot higher next week. So I would, and this is kind of crazy to say, but I would not think it's crazy to think we're at 2,900 this Friday and we're at 3,000 next Friday. And that seems like a big range, but that's very feasible with the potential of a big news event from China and so forth. Then we have, of course, going into July. I think, if we do get up there, I'm going to be selling premium probably this whole month, just trying to take advantage of maybe some range bound chop into the Fed, because I don't think anything too much is going to happen, outside of probably some run up with China if it's good news. If it's bad news, we probably continue to sell off, and that's a whole different story. We'll talk about that next week. But keep your eye on the Fed. The actual Fed announcement is on July 31st. Will be real interesting to see what they do. I expect that they won't do anything, or maybe 25 basis points. I think the market's counting on a lot more than that. So after that, who knows? So we have to play this thing one day at a time, and also, we're completely news driven and politically driven right now. So be careful. As always, I feel like I always say that, but it's just the kind of market we've been in for quite a while now. So if you have that 2,900 butterfly on for Friday, watch it very closely tomorrow. I think it will work out. It looks like it's setting up to work out, but that doesn't mean we can't walk away and not watch it. We got to keep our eye on it. Other than that, I'm actually looking for possibly 3,000 the following Friday on July 5th, based on some positive outcomes with China negotiations. So that is what I've got for today. Hope this helps make sense, and I will see you guys at the next update. Thanks.